Tell him, Juice.
Well, we're going to go out there and we're going to hit him in the face with a tire iron. Tell him, Juice.
And after that, we're going to flick him like a little bitty booger. Yeah, a little booger that you roll between your fingers and then you flick them if they don't listen to the show.
You so freaking bad. Wrestle me.
Welcome, everybody, to the Juice Pro Wrestling Podcast, episode 126. What a rush. What a rush. Yeah, we're back in the saddle again. The trifecta of pain and pleasure and entertainment. The Juice himself, which is myself, that bastard over there, sweating the motherfucking Savage, and Bruiser Bodie. Bruiser Bodie.
Oh, yeah.
What is up with you guys this week?
Well, I'll tell you what's up, man. Nothing at all, man. Just hanging out. You know,
Farm Aid was last weekend.
Farm Aid. I don't know what Farm Aid is.
Let's just break on into the news. you sons of bitches. Hey, so I don't know if you guys heard about this or not, but RVD and Katie Forbes are now free agents.
So I hear.
I hear.
Actually, I saw. Yeah.
Thoughts on that, Bodie?
Well, they can pretty much do whatever now. I don't know where they'll go, but I know RVD has worked with some things for WWE that he is still working on. So I don't know if we're going to see him back there in some capacity at all. I'd rather not, but I mean, hey, who cares? It's his, whatever he wants to do, he can do. You know, I'm a huge fan of RVD, so I'm going to follow him wherever he goes.
Yeah, and he'll be.
I mean, he might come back to Impact. Yeah, he'll be 50. He could come back to Impact. I don't know. You could go to AEW. I don't know. Who knows what he's going to do? But
yeah, I just think he needs to kind of ditch Katie Forbes, man. I mean, I know it's his old lady and he got her a job, but
no, I agree.
Super distracting from the show. Like you bring her out here and all she's doing is just shaking her shit and like, come on, man. And RVD, he's showing a little bit of signs of slowing up, you know. So I would hope that now that he doesn't have a contract with Impact, and he had been working on just kind of like little short-term agreement deals, handshake deals, whatever you want to call them, that he could end up in AEW and give us like some potential dream matches, you know, without Katie Forbes. Please, without Katie Forbes. I know you guys are talking about, you know, what can people do or what can AEW do to improve the women's division? It's not hire Katie Forbes. And I'm sorry, Katie. I'm sorry. You got a big ass booty and you like to shake it. And hey, that's cool. I like that. But no, if we're going to put anybody with Fonzie, RVD, put Fonzie back with him.
Yes.
You know, exactly. I know he's I don't know what the shit is with AIW. I know he's got a deal going on with them, but man, just RVD, like if he's going to, I saw people talking on Twitter about how, you know, well, if he ends his career, he's going to end in WWE. For one, the reason he didn't go back to WWE is I don't think they would let him wrestle because of the concussion situation that he had. Like he couldn't pass their wellness and their, like the wellness policy and or the physical because of the concussions he's had. And he wouldn't want to work the dates. Now they might give him a lesser schedule where he wouldn't have to work so many dates, but we all remember what happened last time he went back, you know? Mm-hmm. He had a fucking job to do, and it was to everybody he got in the ring.
Yeah,
with.
Pretty much.
And then we're talking, it's been how long ago now? Like 4 or 5 years?
5 years. Yeah.
And he was a little more agile than he is now. Still had enough in him to make a good, valid title run. You know, if you guys watch the Kurt Angle on Stone Cold's podcast, he kind of said something to that too about WWE when he came back for his last run. He wanted to have something kind of like Goldberg did, you know, have a major title run, short, brief, to the point story, and then go out dropping the belt or something to somebody that's worth it. You know, it's just, and it's a shame. Look what they did to him. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't think we'll see him back at WWE in a wrestling capacity. I'm sure he's doing shit for the network and ECW documentaries or whatever documentaries they're going to do. And you know what? That's fine. I would just love to see him in Impact or MLW. I think MLW, Impact, ROH would be awesome. Any one of those three. And if he's going to quit wrestling now at the age of 50, I mean, who knows? He might be feeling great. I don't know. I'm not the man. I can't speak for him. But I'm just saying as a fan, that's the three places I would like to see RVD turn up, minus Katie Forbes, which may or may not happen. And I'm sorry. I can't handle it. I can't handle it anymore. And I can't be fucking quiet about it. So,
yeah. Well, I was pretty stoked when Callahan pile drove her.
Dude, she did sell it good. I'll give her that. She did sell it good. Man. Yeah. She's just such a fucking distraction. And it was cool at first when, they were cutting their heel promos and it was mainly RVD. And then all of a sudden it's just like she got in the way. He's trying to cut this killer promo and then it's like, give me the tongue.
Right.
I couldn't do it.
No, yeah. I want to see him by himself for sure.
I think RVD should stop wrestling until next year. I think all his fans should kind of embrace that maybe he's done with wrestling and he won't get the send off that you guys desire. I think he actually should just stop right now. Just stop wrestling because it doesn't seem like he's into it. He has slowed down, but if he still does want to wrestle, I think he should take a year at least off, possibly 2 years, so that past these Corona stuff that everybody has to watch themselves and there's no audience. And then whatever promotion he comes back to, he could do a short run. Like you said, maybe Ring of Honor, maybe AEW, maybe WWE, who knows? The thing is with WWE, the fans are they've moved. WWE is a promotion that with all its faults actually has moved. I mean, other than obviously Goldberg and The Undertaker and Old Timers, but for the most part, 95% of their roster, they've moved on. And as fans with some people that are in their 50s, I mean, y'all should move on too. It was
demo.
Thank you for your opinion. That is why we.
Hey, you don't like it, but that's what you should do. And also, let the man live and get high and chill in Vegas. He's earned it.
There you go.
Yeah,
I love it.
Who knows? Who knows what he wants to do? I guess only time will tell. But speaking of Impact, so they have coming up in October, Bound for Glory, their biggest pay-per-view of the year. They're going to be doing a Impact Week on Access TV, which is very cool because as of this recording, I was just enthralled in the NAS episode of Impact Wrestling myself. Actually, the last match I saw before we went on air here was Johnny Swinger versus Falaba. Go back and check out our episode with Johnny Swinger. It's fucking delightful. But starting Tuesday, October 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern time zone on Access TV, it'll be Impact Wrestling, a brand new, it'll be the go home episode before Bound for Glory. And then also on October 20th at 10 p.m. Eastern, Talking Shop, Full Keg. So Gallows and Anderson, I'm assuming, I don't know too much about this, so I'm not going to lie. But maybe they'll be cutting an episode of their podcast that they do with Rocky Romero. It'd be pretty cool. The Access is given, Impact. Well, Impact owns Access, but that they're having more content, a little bit different content on there. Then Thursday on October 22nd at 10 p.m. Eastern, you got This Is Bound for Glory. And Saturday, October 24th at 6 p.m. Eastern, a replay. So I don't know exactly what that is. Maybe it's going to be some highlights and moments of previous Bound for Glories, which would be cool. And then Saturday, October 24th at 7 p.m. It's going to be, I guess that's the same fucking date, the live countdown. I thought this was all fucking week long, but it's kind of spread out apparently.
Countdown to the countdown.
Yeah,
countdown to the countdown to get ready for the countdown.
To the glory hole. And then we got Bound for Glory on 8 p.m. Eastern.
There it is.
24th.
There it is. I was waiting for that. I was waiting.
Finally.
Yeah. Finally. I just, I wish I would have really paid attention and looked at that a little more intimately earlier because I fucked up.
That reminds me of when we numbered episode 100 and we wanted to time it on the right time. So we were like, this is episode 99.873. This is episode 99.912.
Yeah, right. 1-0.
That's-
99
that's
and
what this-
99 and a third.
Bound for almost glory. Bound for sort of we're getting there soon glory.
Yep.
I remember the glory hole days.
Yeah, I do too. Those are some good times. RVD was in his prime.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
We used to hang an onion on our belt, which was the style at the time.
Yeah, the style. Hey, real quick too, I want to send a shout out to everybody that watched on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button wherever that fucking bell's at. Leave some comments. But last week's episode with the Von Erichs, that was one of my favorite episodes that we cut thus far. And just thank you guys for all the positive feedback. And it was really, really cool. We also had an episode of our other podcast, the JPDUB, which dropped with Claire
There you
Lamb.
go.
For all you metalheads out there, and the death metal and guitars and music and all that shit. It was in horror. It was another great episode. That was episode 7 of that. So
Yes, it was.
thank you guys for tuning in and joining Stretton and Claire in the live chat for that. Super fucking awesome. Continue to spread the word and watch.
Yeah,
I liked it.
watch how Justin doesn't shut me up when I kiss his ass for 20 seconds. That Von Erichs episode was one of the best interviews you've done, to lead the interview and to interact with them, and the whole thing was just great. If you're listening to me say this and you haven't watched that, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you're a wrestling fan, what's your problem? Watch the episode. It's a well spent
Or listen.
2 hours of your life. Yes, watch it, listen to it in the car. It's great. It's awesome. And it's different from any other Von Erichs interview you've watched. It is different.
Or
It's
that
not-
you will watch.
And you will watch, because the other shows, not to knock anybody, but it's good. It was special. It was nice. And it was awesome to interview those guys while they're in Hawaii. That shit was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
awesome.
It was definitely one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah.
And even though I wasn't there, I still think it was probably the best Juice Pro Wrestling podcast episode.
Yeah.
Knocked out of the park, Justin Strenton. It sounded great. You did awesome with it. And the stories, man, I was telling my buddy Jesse, shout out to Jesse, drummer of Sexual Atrocities, one of my best bros. I was telling him the story about where I think they were in Japan, and they were up on the roof afterwards, and they were thinking, like, is this where we need to be and stuff? And they were just kind of praying about it. And then they walked around the wall, and then they saw that their uncle's initials up on the wall too, like written, and like the animal that they drew and stuff like that. Like, dude, I was getting chills over that story. I was
Yeah,
like,
their
that's
uncle,
crazy.
their
That's
uncle
fate, man.
and their dad, Kevin.
Yeah, uncle and their dad. Yeah.
It was
You know, the details straight from the horses' mouths on episode 125.
That's
Yeah,
right.
please listen to that. Please.
Yeah, and share
Man,
it
it's
with your
such a good
friends.
episode. And like just the history and the historical value of like the stories and them walking in the sportatorium and stuff. You just got to go listen to it.
Yeah.
And then
And
obviously
you'll get more than that. You get to know the guys a little bit more, because we go a little bit deeper. That's why we're different than everybody else. We like to go outside the box and get to know these mother brothers.
Mother lovers.
And then I am
Mother lover.
I like the evolution. I like the evolution of the JPDUB. Claire, our new friend. I know, we haven't met her in real life, but
Guitar player
also-
from the Hallowed Catharsis. I almost messed that up.
but interacting with her and getting to know her through interview, and then listening to the two of you talk about metal and music, and seeing the passion in both of your guys with your conversations was awesome for me too. And then I got to pipe in and get long-winded about horror, and it was just cool. It was, 2 back-to-back killer episodes. So yeah, props to you, Justin, and onwards and upwards. Fucking cool. And if you haven't listened to them, listen to them, man.
Yep.
And
Same
props
with
to
that Claire
everybody.
episode, man.
Yeah, props to everybody that has been listening and interacting. Hey man, you guys are the real stars, because we need you. And we need you to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And it's so fucking easy. And it's free. It don't cost you a dime.
Right.
Sitting here trying to sell this shit. It's fucking good. You like it. You love us.
It was awesome.
Y'all know
man.
how YouTube works. It's only been
Right.
20 years.
Yeah. Well, YouTube, and if you guys listen on any podcasting platform, make sure
Same
whether it's Juice Pro Wrestling, shut up, Stratton, you fucking idiot.
You can keep
Whether
talking
you're
now,
listening
man.
to Juice
I like
Pro
listening to
Wrestling or you're listening to the JPDUB, which are two different entities within themselves, we're all the same, but they're different. Please leave a rating and review, whether it's iTunes, Spotify.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you could do that on Spotify. I think I tried. I don't fucking know. I know you can on iTunes, but wherever you can talk about us, please do. You know,
Please.
we fucking love you for it. And thank you to everybody who's been participating in all the giveaways we've been doing recently.
Yeah.
We've partnered up with Fight TV. You guys need to go download the app. We're going to be doing some more shit coming up here soon.
Super easy.
Giving away free codes. I got to watch some shit over the weekend. I was very stoked about. We're going to get into that here in just a second. But yeah, we've given away codes to watch Eddie Kingston's Grindhouse pay-per-view, DDT Pro, the NWA United Wrestling Network. There's and plenty more. There's all kinds of shit. IWA. So, you guys, it pays to listen to the juice.
And I want to say one more thing about
and to
that.
follow.
Yes. So right now, and this is a little bit background shit, how the sausage is made shit. It behooves you, I've never used that word out loud, to join these contests. If you're on our Twitter, if you're on our YouTube, if you're on our Facebook, if whatever, on any of the social media,
Instagram.
The odds are in your favor that you're going to win one of these codes. When our show blows up in the way that I believe it will, your odds are going to be way smaller. Right now,
smaller than Sretton's dick.
Yep.
Right. I was gonna say right now you're in good hands. But go check those out. And
dude, odds are in your favor, man.
the one thing I wanted to shameless self promote is the JPDUB theme that I had wrote there, and I had fun writing that bastard. That shit was fun.
Yeah, it came out really good. Really fucking good.
You know what? It kicks ass too. I'm gonna toot my own horn. It's one of the best things I've written.
Hell yeah. Now that we've got all the shameless plugging out of the way.
Yeah.
I did tune in. I just want to say thank you to our homies at Fight again. I got to tune into the IWA Mid-South Prince of the Death Match pay-per-view, which I think, Bo, did you watch that at all?
I did. Yes, I did.
I thought it was pretty damn good. The only thing I didn't like was, god damn, it took like a half hour or more to set up
between matches.
The cage. It was supposed to be a barbed wire cage, and it was like 2x4s or some shit Sretton would build, and they had like a few light tubes in it and like some barbed wire circling around it. And I was like, man, it was like almost every bit of 40 minutes. And they come back and they're like, well, if you don't like it, fuck you. We got to build this shit, like.
I had to fast forward through that intermission. I'm like, holy piss.
Oh man, I watched it live, so I was, I forget.
Man, yeah.
I'm always multitasking those, so I was either rubbing one out or doing something promoting.
I'll go with the first.
I thought it was fucking awesome. Jimmy Jacobs was there. Who else? Who else?
Yeah,
we get to see that's a well-known
queen.
Yeah,
Ricky Shane Page.
Yep, he
was there.
You had Jake Christ.
Yep, Jake Christ.
It was GCW champ lost to Jake Christ, which is the IWA heavyweight champion. I thought it was cool. It was bloody. They had the fucking gussets and stuff. Dude, those
gussets are brutal.
They'll shred a motherfucker, dude. Shredded you box.
They will. Shredded wheat.
I know.
Yeah, man, it's
those
things are brutal, shit. Dude. I've never done gussets, but holy piss.
I've done whippets, not gussets.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've done barbed wire thumbtacks, light tube stuff like that way back in the day. But not the gusset thing, dude. That shit will fuck you up.
Oh yeah, and dude,
I like watching it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love seeing them pounded right into their arm. I'm like, yeah.
My old lady was freaking out too, because like, what the fuck are they doing? It's like blood everywhere. The salt? Are you gonna talk about the salt?
Salt and the lemon juice?
Lemon juice in the kiddie pools.
Dude, I was like, yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it was pretty brutal, man. And you also had Man Bun reffing that shit.
Yeah. He did every match, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he was the only referee because nobody else. I ain't gonna referee that shit.
They just
Are you crazy?
That's all they can afford.
Yeah. Very fucking crazy. But so you guys check out Fight TV. You can watch deathmatch shit like that. You can watch AEW. Impact is on there. There's all kinds of promotions on there. I want to get into real quick. Also coming up on Fight is AAW out of Chicago. They will be doing their first show in several months since the pandemic. It's called Alive, and it's this Thursday at 8 p.m. So that's what, October 1st, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so.
It is.
last episode of September, guys, before we break into my favorite time of year.
Fall?
the spookiest time of year. Fucking Halloween season. I can't wait to give you guys that 31 days of fear with the JPDUB, because all you motherfuckers out there listening are going to have lots of homework to do every day. Yep. You're going to be watching. You're going to be watching. You may not like what you're going to watch, but you're going to watch it.
Well, you're going to watch.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I was about to say something that escaped out.
So did you guys well, I didn't watch, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really watch WWE anymore, but I'll tell you what I do like, and we've talked about it, the Paul Heyman Roman Reigns situation. Now Roman's coming out with his shirt off looking all fucking sexy, saucy.
Dude, that tat, I love that tat, dude.
And I love the fact that they're calling him the tribal chief. He beat the living shit out of his cousin Jey Uso. Yep. Great storytelling. It's setting some shit up from now maybe him to plow through his other cousin, Jimmy Uso.
Yep.
I loved how
he threw the towel in.
Yeah, I love how they throw the damn towel.
Throw the damn towel.
And he got laid afterwards. It was great.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah. I thought it was awesome.
I was waiting for that because I knew it was going to go over one of you motherfuckers' heads. But Bodie seems to have got it. Roman got laid after the match. And think about it. He's Samoan.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Samoan, man.
Oh, my God.
You're bringing the D- joke. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
I think you need Samoan common sense. That's what you need, Samoan.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, super funny.
Give you a D+ in your fucking thorax.
Right in the solar plexus, Mean Gene.
I think Wallace and I are going to have a hardcore match.
Yep, we're going to do some
But I only need this. I don't need light tubes.
I do.
What are you, fucking like in Friday or something? Craig, back in my day, you used these. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Macaroni.
You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
But you live to fight another day.
Give me the gun, Craig.
Get rid of the gun.
So this past weekend too, Warrior Wrestling wrapped up the Stadium Series.
So I see.
Yeah, it was a banger too, man. The big story coming out of that is Trey from the Rascals, Trey Miguel, finally getting his singles moment and becoming the Warrior Wrestling champion. This is something that's kind of been teased in Impact for a little while. And this is something I don't understand because I love the Rascals as a trio. So it's kind of heartbreaking to see any one of them like kind of split off. It seems like Dez and Zach are like the tag team now, and Trey's being pushed as the major singles guy, which no disrespect to any of them. I love all of them. I really love them as a fucking triple threat tandem, man. And
I do too.
I'm really missing like the treehouse segments. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that.
Well, I hope they bring it back. Those were awesome.
Yeah, they got to do something with that. And but it's really cool. It was in my opinion, it was the right thing to do. It was a big shocker. Something to end. I mean, Warrior's not going to be back. They're saying till spring, essentially, in 2021. Now that's why they did this kind of overload with the Stadium Series. They gave you guys 3 weeks of a taste of what Warrior is, and it was really fucking cool. And once again, you can go back on Fight and watch the whole damn thing. And I'm pretty sure it'll be available on High Spots here soon, Wrestling Network here soon too, so you can fucking stream it there for those of you guys and gals that watch there. But dude, Trey, honestly, the guy deserves it, man. The guy fucking deserves it. It's he's fucking the Fresh Prince. What do they call him? The Fresh Prince of Midair.
The Power Slide Prince.
Yeah, the Power Slide Prince. He's got a lot of cool shit. He does look like he could have been on an episode of Fresh Prince back in the day, maybe as a stunt double for Will Smith or something. I don't know, but the guy deserves it. He's super innovative. It's really cool of Warrior to give these guys their first chance. They took a chance, like with Brian Pillman, to kind of give him what I would consider now to be a major title, at least on the Indies in the Warrior belt. It's Brian Cage was the first champ.
Yeah, I was going to say Cage had it.
So I mean, just coming out of that, I was super happy, super stoked, and you could tell. And from what I heard through the grapevine. So Zachary Wentz was there, and he didn't know. He didn't know that fucking Trey was going over in this match. So like just the look on his face when he got in the ring, and it was like just super emotional. Like, holy fuck.
That was a cool moment.
Super cool. So Eric and Steve, you sons of bitches. Good job. Good job. Awesome show. Great job.
Yeah, dude. Cheers to those dudes, man. That Stadium Series was unbelievable. There's a few matches I haven't watched yet, but I went through and I watched at least a few matches from each show, like the match I really was looking forward to. And I mean, I'm not saying I wasn't looking forward to the rest of the matches, but the ones I really wanted to watch the most, I hit up. And dude, that Stadium Series kicked ass.
Shout out to Joey Janela for almost killing Frank the Clown like
oh my
4
god,
times.
dude! I was like, holy pissed that tombstone off for the ring apron through the door. My favorite shit ever.
He did. He gone.
And like, yeah, I was like, dude, and then like the way they pulled that off too. Like that's a lot of trust, to put into your opponent.
Warriors
know that he knows what he's doing, and and it was perfect. It looked great.
Oh yeah, dude! It looked fucking deadly.
Brutal. Dude, and off the goalpost was even better, man. I was like, Jesus, I love this shit. I was like, that was the best.
That was super cool. They went all out for that match, man.
Yeah,
you had Ego Anthony. Did you see Robert Anthony's back?
Yeah, dude, all cut up and scratched. Yeah,
cut up. Cause I'm cut up. He was wearing the Jerry Lynn tribute attire too.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you guys caught that. He wore the same shit on AEW Dark, I believe.
Yeah. That's good stuff. But yeah, with Pillman dropping the title, I was like, oh, he must have some sort of AEW deal because Cage did that right before he went to AEW, dropped the title.
Yeah, and I know he's still with MLW too. So I mean, who knows with that? Right. I mean, it's and realistically, like, if I'm the booker and I'm playing fucking booker and I'm not coming back till 2021, you want to go out with a bang, something that
of
people
course.
I don't, let's be honest, man. I don't think, I mean, I kind of did. I'm going to shoot straight from the hip. Pow! I thought Trey was going to win the damn thing. And I was just thinking that to myself when I was watching at home. And, but I doubt the general wrestling fandom, populace, whatever you want to call them, community really thought Trey was going home with that title.
I didn't.
So it was
personally, I was hoping he would. Yeah, I was hoping he would go home with it, but I'm with Trenton. I thought Pillman Jr. was going to hold on to it.
Didn't even cross my mind, and I speak for all of wrestling fandom. I am I am the mouthpiece of all of wrestling fandom.
Yes, you are. You're like the traveler.
I am the traveler.
You're like the mouthpiece that needs a fucking tic tac.
Yeah.
How dare you?
That shit stinks.
Is that why it's all? I thought it was just smoky in his house.
I brushed my teeth on Tuesday
from the halitosis.
That's all he's rocking steady. A little old school for you. Oh yeah, get it. Oh yeah. So shout out to a Warrior and everybody involved, from the talent to the production crew. Just great memories, man. Great time.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to be at the first one. Unfortunately, I couldn't attend the last two, but life fucking happens, and I will be at the forthcoming shows in 2021. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
I'm looking forward to it too.
I mean, they set Warrior has been setting the independent wrestling, not just independent wrestling, but the wrestling world on fire since its inception, with the quality of matches and talent that they bring in. And I think this Stadium Series just upped it a fucking notch. And it told people like, hey, look, fucking pay attention to what we're doing, because we're where you need to be and what you need to watch.
Yeah, I saw
Warrior
some tweets too
wrestling
from Warrior, for actually some talent at Warrior, saying this is like a Class A organization, well run, great communication, stuff like that. Like treated top notch. And I was like, yeah, you're not going to get anything different from them.
Yeah, good vibes. I mean, good word and all that shit travels fast within the the community and the talent. I mean, we've been there. We know we've been fucking dudes, backstage. Man. We know those guys, and we've seen people being taken care of. Hell, we've been taken care of by them. It's. I can't say enough nice things about what Steve and Eric and everybody is doing
Yes.
up there at Marion Catholic High School. So that's why they deserve your guys' support. So go buy some
Yes.
shirts at Pro Wrestling Tees, Warrior Wrestling. Do something to support them guys, you know?
Yeah,
Buy some DVDs.
buy some Blu-rays, man.
Yeah, the
Blu-rays,
Best
they
of
got them
Warrior. That
Blu-rays out.
fucking, I
Yep.
got that shit. I bought that shit. It
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
kicks
There you
ass.
go.
It rolls.
It does.
It rolls.
Yeah. Settle down, baby.
Yeah. I mean, and next week, you guys, we got, you know, once again on Fight, you guys can buy the bundle, but dude, the Collective, it's going to be an insane amount of shows. Joey Janela's
A lot of
spring
stuff.
break has been, you know, they've been announcing some just insane fucking shows, dude. Like, you guys need to go online and just Google, look it up. I can't remember all of them, dude. There's like fucking 10 shows or
There
10
is 10
plus
shows.
shows
Isn't
or whatever.
Bloodsport a part of that or no?
Bloodsport is, and that's going to be another killer show. That's what Moxley versus Chris Dickinson. That should be fucking awesome.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's
Jimmy
in
Lloyd's
our
got
home
that show
state.
too.
Yeah, dude. It's in
Effie,
Indiana.
I think Effie's got a show. Yeah.
Effie's
dude,
Big
it's
Gay
insane.
Brunch. Yeah, there's so many.
Yep.
Like I said, all you guys got to do is Google the Collective 2020. You guys can find the schedule and all that there.
Mm-hmm.
There is a bundle available on Fight. I think it's like $130, but this is a WrestleMania caliber weekend
Yes, it is.
card put together. You know, these guys, all these promotions came back after this pandemic and everything we've all been through all year. And after shit was canceled down in Tampa, they're like, hey, let's do it in fucking Indiana.
Let's do it.
And it's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. And I'm upset. I have a chance if I really, really, I guess, wanted to be there. I probably could, but, you know, adulting right now. So I'm not going to be there, but I will be watching on Fight. So,
you will be watching.
I'll be fully erect and paying attention.
Watching.
Mm-mm.
No, please. Pete
So-
Steele, put it away.
Hey, something else, a real quick hot take I want to do before I want to get into our main topic of the week. I don't know if you guys heard about Joey Ryan. Remember that guy? Well, now
I
he's
know what's going
apparently
on.
he's yeah, I see Mecha Wolf pissing on his likeness on Twitter. What up, Wolf?
What is he, a televangelist now?
No, he's turning around and suing everybody, like, or at least three of the main people that accused him of all the shit he did. And it's for like the sum of 10 million plus.
A lot.
He's talking about, well, I've lost, I used to have 1,000 Twitter followers a day and Instagram followers.
Instagram, bar wrestling stuff.
Yeah, all this shit. He lost everything. I mean, well,
merchandise, venues.
You don't be a fucking scumbag. You won't fucking lose this shit.
Right.
And I used to sit here and think, I'm like, hey, every man or woman deserves their day in court to kind of, if there's enough substantial facts, but hey, I was never around that guy but one fucking time, 1 or 2 times. I never saw anything, but there's people that have been around them for years. And like I said, when we had Mecha Wolf on, go back and check out that episode because it fucking rules.
Yes, it does.
I mean, he knew about it. He said he'd known shit for years. And he is one of many. So it's kind of hard, to stand up for someone, whether you love the gimmick or not, or, you don't know what quality of person they really are when there's so many different people that are saying that, hey, well, yeah, I fucking know. I knew about either that shit that did happen or some shit that happened that people don't know about yet, or I could see that happening. It's fucked up. So now he's turning around and he's trying to sue. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, man, I get it. I get that he's lost a lot of shit and a lot of income. But here's the deal. Like, bro, you were so canceled, like so fucking canceled by this whole movement.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to try to find something else to do. What's your guys' take on that? Because there's no way that I really see him. I thought I saw it had to have been old stuff. And I've seen he's been uploading shit on YouTube from various shit from bar wrestling and all that. But real quick, I want to get your guys' take on, is he fucking insane for doing this? Should he just give it up and call it a career in pro wrestling and do something else? What do you guys think about that? We'll start with Bodie.
Yay. So yeah, I think this is kind of like a Hail Mary here to try and save whatever type of face he has now. Like, I think, you know what I'm saying?
he's got a dick
any
face.
shredded, any shredded dignity, any shred of dignity that he has, or he's just trying to, you know,
Dignity.
like I said, it's a last ditch effort kind of thing. Yeah. But you know, you don't throw yourself in those kinds of situations. Don't play the creep, don't play the toucher, man. And you won't get into shit like this and lose everything you've worked so hard for. You know what I
don't
mean?
burn on the grill.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Throw another shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, I agree with Bodie, and I agree with you, Justin. This is one of those last swings before to try to get some semblance of maybe picking up some sort of pieces, or maybe, you know, something blows over in 3 or 4 years and he could try to come back to wrestling in some capacity. But he needs to move on. It sucks. He's lost his career.
It does.
But I was on the fence when he first gave that 1 hour long YouTube thing. And when I was hearing some of the stories, people are going to get mad at me, but I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm not canceling somebody just because somebody told me to. And especially wrestling Twitter, especially wrestling rumor mill, especially, you know, and my example that I lean on recently is always Tessa Blanchard. Like she almost got canceled. Like she almost did. And she addressed that stuff this week also on Twitter. Or not on Twitter. She made some statement somewhere publicly. I saw it on Twitter, like her quote about, you know, I'm not a racist. I try to do my best with everything. But anyways, back to Joey Ryan. I was borderline on his side after everything, only because of.
And you didn't even like the gimmick.
No, I hated the gimmick. I like the gimmick.
I think it's thing. I thought he was like Chris Montez as a wrestler.
Well, the major thing I hated was, so it turns out that he was a creep, and not only a creep, but a super creep. And even
he's a weirdo. What the hell was he doing here? He don't belong here.
But like, in my eyes, he was just a single dude trying to put the moves on some chicks, and he did it half the time, like not in a good way, but I don't think it was that bad. But then you hear from other people, not that he's a creep, but that he's a dick and he's selfish and he fucks with people and he's not like a cool dude. Now, my interactions with him and seeing him, like watching all these guys that like freelance and whatever, he was always super cool to everybody. But that's not, you know, I don't know
that,
what I
that
don't
ain't
know.
Shit. You know, I mean,
that's two times out of how many, you know,
somebody like Mecha Wolf, somebody like other people that will say shit, you know, not just that, but I had a huge issue with his gimmick combined with, all right, so a lot of people knew it as a creep, but a lot of people in those wrestling circles, maybe it was his power, I don't know, were complacent. And this is what gets me in trouble with at least his dick gimmick. And like, if you're a creep outside the ring and your gimmick is dick grabbing and the porn twist or the pornplex and whatever the fuck,
you pornplex, you stupid fucking idiot.
Whatever. I don't care, because I don't give a shit about him. Yeah. I don't care. Like, right. I wish him, I hope that he figures it out. I don't know anything to say outside of that, but I also had a huge problem with the fact that the whole wrestling community, the indie community and other community, like they were, I'm cool with touching your dick, but then if you actually want me to do that later in some sort of like romantic context, you're an asshole. Like, it's weird. Yeah. It's a weird intermix of
a lot of fucking shit. Weirdos out there.
I wasn't into it. I don't like.
Not our audience, so you guys aren't weirdos. We fucking love you.
Oh man, I had a problem with it, but yeah, this is a last ditch effort. It's not going to work. Yep. He's still going to be canceled. And
you know, it's but going back to what I said a couple minutes ago about, you know, every man and or woman deserves their day in court. Yeah. You know, a fair trial and all that shit. I was seeing today, as a matter of fact, some women talking about it, because you know, people are tweeting about this, you know, and saying, "Hey, fuck Joey Ryan. It's his last fucking, you know, he's trying to get out there and get one last cash grab, if you will." And yeah, maybe he is. I mean, you know, he's lost a lot of revenue. He probably got used to living a certain lifestyle after what he was making, because the dude was, you know, he was on the up and up for a while. And
yep.
But I saw this girl tweet, and I can't remember Twitter handle and whatever, it's not important, but she was like, you know, in all fairness or whatever, like, okay, so this shit did happen, let it go to court. He deserves to be guilty in court, not public opinion on fucking Twitter. You know, like Twitter, who the fuck is Twitter to judge anybody? Because I guarantee you, when you start digging up some fucking skeletons, especially most of these motherfuckers, dude, you know,
no shit.
They don't use deodorant. They're probably filthy rapists and shit and doing all this other weird shit. I don't know. Dude, I'm just going to be straight. I'm going to be straight because this is how the internet community is. It's not just internet wrestling, dude. It's fucking nasty motherfuckers that live in a dungeon and like have this warped world perspective of shit and that just want to shit on everybody and they want to make everything horrible and they'll try to get anything they can by any means necessary, whether they're forcing themselves on people or doing whatever. I'm just saying there's a lot of fucking pieces of shit out there and I'm calling them all out right now because it's bullshit for you. And whether this guy did this shit or not, we've talked about this before, so I'm going to end real quick because we don't need to go too far in depth. I'm just saying that there is a large percentile of fake ass motherfuckers out there. So please, everybody, please, if you listen to the juice, try to find the ability to see through some bullshit if you can. It's a very hard thing to have. Sometimes you just can't do it. You just don't know. You're fooled by these fucking weirdos. But just don't. DTA, you stupid son of a bitch, as Stone Cold would say, you know? It's just too many weirdos out there, man. But you can trust in us because, hey, the juice will set you free.
Yeah, sort of.
Wait, did you just quit the show? He just quit the show. All right, Bodie, it's me and you. Fuck that guy.
Yep, he left.
You guys can talk to Animal.
Looks like our work here is done, boys.
All right. Well,
well, now it's time what I want to talk about.
Well, go for it. Okay. Well, I know what I want to talk about.
I do want to bring up I thought it's something I've been thinking of for a while now, and I can't remember where I saw it on Twitter, but there was like that a poll on Twitter, like who's got the best women's division? Everyone was like, yeah, pretty much Impact, you know.
Yeah, they do.
WWE's got a lot of depth. NXT's got a lot of depth, which brought me thinking like AEW, you know, people have been very critical on them in their women's division and like how many matches they feature on Dynamite and stuff. How can we make it better? I wanted to get your thoughts on this too, and I'm not going to dwell too long on it, but I was thinking for like myself, I watch Dark and they're doing a lot of building on AEW Dark of their women.
Well, see, and not to cut you off, Bodie, but that's going back to the shit where people just want to bitch about shit, just to bitch and be assholes. That is AEW programming, but they're pissed. Well, it's not on Dynamite. Okay. You know, maybe they're letting it build in another place, but it's still their programming. It's still accessible to it's accessible to more people than Dynamite because everybody has access to YouTube for the most part. I mean, let's be fucking realistic about it. Let's put it to you that fucking way. More people have the power to watch AEW Dark than they fucking do Dynamite because if you don't have fucking TNT or cable TV,
you got YouTube. You got YouTube, you know, and they got, dude, there's a lot of talent in that women's division and that I see on Dark. And then you got Diamante, you got Ivelisse, they brought in Thunder Rosa, and people always got to bitch about that shit. Well, why do they got to bring in a different promotional wrestler to try and get their women over? I think it's smart decision, smart booking.
Who cares why? It's good.
Over. Yeah, it's great shit with her and Sheeta. It's good shit, man.
Y'all are forgetting that one chick.
No, don't worry.
No.
You got Abaddon.
God damn it. God damn it. It sounds like a fucking prehistoric shark
monster,
name.
Man. she's a monster. Anna Jay is so killer in the ring.
Anna Jay is cool.
Too bad that
Ty Conte.
Yeah, Ty Conte. Statlander's hurt right now, but you got her.
I did also hear a rumor that Statlander was at Warrior Wrestling Stadium Series at the last one.
Hear that? I like hearing that
backstage.
But yeah, I mean, you got all that going on, and then you know, if something like, let's say, not saying this would happen, but you know, fantasy booking, Charlotte Flair gets out because you haven't seen a lot of her. You know, she might be hurt. I heard she was, and she's got a lot of stuff going on. But
I don't care to see any more of her in WWE. Hey, that would be great. That would be great. Just
I
because
think that would you just boosted it.
Charlotte has done everything she can do in the E, dude.
Yes,
and they're just gonna, because of who she is, dude. I think she would gain a lot more of my respect, and I think a lot of the smarter marks out there respect if she did leave and go somewhere else. You know, they probably own the rights to the fucking name.
Yeah, who knows?
Her real name's like Ashley Fleer or whatever the fuck. But I mean, you reach a point, and that's how it was back in the days. That's like in the territory system. you know, like you would stay around there for a little bit, you'd work all the top talent, and then you go somewhere else,
Right?
Because it gets old. And what WWE is doing, it's like, you know, and they've been doing it for years upon years upon years now. How many times have you seen the same fucking match? You know, whether it's Dolph Ziggler versus whoever the fuck at the time, or you know, Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns. You know, like
whoever the fuck is my favorite wrestler.
Yeah, dude. It's people need to fucking just get over themselves, man. I mean, start your own fucking company if you think you're so fucking great, and if you don't have the fucking funding, and go work your ass off and find a way to do it.
Yep. Yeah. Now, would you guys think they should entertain the thought of bringing in Tessa? Do you think they should?
Oh yeah,
entertain the thought, because she's a hell of a talent, man.
Yeah, I mean, with all the bullshit aside, and
regardless of all the
whatever
bullshit, I still think that's.
And I would totally get her before WWE does.
Right.
Too late.
Yeah, probably. She'll probably go to the E. I mean, that's the
More
thing
likely.
is now you got two companies that can really. I mean, they both can throw exorbitant amounts of money now. Yeah, it's not like I think a lot of times maybe people seem to forget that AEW is owned by a family that has more money than WWE is even worth.
True.
You know?
They own football and soccer teams.
Yeah, dude. They're
and a minor league baseball team, I think.
Billionaires, dude. I think Vince is just a billionaire on fucking his own mind anymore, or on paper or something. Who knows what his actual worth is? I don't play all that shit. But
I never lie about my finances.
You fucking lie.
What the hell?
Bitch.
Where's my debit card?
I bet you got it.
Huss. I invented that word.
Hustle your ass off and give me some more buy rates. These
That's
pay-per-views
copyright
are
infringement.
fucking tanking.
I trademarked that 3 years ago.
I'll trademark your taint.
I'll
I already
trademark
did.
your taint.
I'll
trademark my taint.
Linda's taint.
Linda.
I forgot. My taint's been trademarked. I trademarked it in 1992, right before Stone Cold.
I skid marked my undies.
Oh, me
I'll
too.
skid mark you.
Oh man,
You're
about
fired.
skids.
You're fucking fired.
Let's hire a wrestler. Call him Skids. Skid marks on his underwear. That's good shit.
He's gonna
smear shit on the carpet.
He's gonna poop.
He's gonna poop.
He's gonna poop.
Oh man, the three Vinces, always a pleasure to have around.
Always good to have that.
So yeah, kind of ending your thing on like what can AEW do.
I'd like to hear your thoughts.
I think I think they're on the path. You know, we've said this a million times when people start critiquing AEW, and you know, some people, even friends of the show, they talk shit, and it's like, well, it's just this, it's a glorified independent wrestling show, and I don't care if it is or not. I mean, independent wrestling is where the fuck it's at right now.
Yeah, no shit.
You know,
right?
You're just jealous maybe because your promotion or something ain't fucking on TNT.
Yep.
I guess I do get the thing though where
Spit it out.
well, I'm trying to think about it because it's man, I get where people are bitching about like on Dynamite how you don't have enough women time. I do get that, okay? But it historically with wrestling and all the male talent and all they got, and not trying to be fucking sexist about it, but I mean it's a male dominated sport. I'm sorry if you want like female wrestling all the time. Guess what? There is shit for that. There's Stardom, there's Shimmer, there's all kinds of good ass shit. You know, you can't fault this company for not being what you want, especially in this day and age, because that just makes you a fucking asshole when there is something you want just in a different area or a different region, territory, or whatever. So that's what makes most of you people fucking suck the proverbial dick.
Go watch Dark, man. They got their matches are so good.
They do,
and they got up and coming talent. They got indie talent. Dude, come on.
I don't really think. I just think they need to stay the course. And I think bringing Thunder Rosa in was great. It was good pop. It's good for the wrestling world as a whole because NWA got the rub and vice versa. And you know they've had some good matches already. So hey, I don't see anything wrong with what they're doing necessarily right now. And guess what, guys? That's okay if you disagree with me because you're wrong.
Remember that. Take that to the bank, you bastards.
I don't have
What
an
about-
opinion because I think they'll be fine a year from now. Any storyline issues?
Look at Dark
that
Order.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then in these times they'll be fine. And then
I agree with you,
I
Sven.
don't know
I-
how much of a percentage of time do you think the women's division gets on Dark? Do you think it's the majority of the time?
I think it's
half
like
the time?
Yeah, like half the time. I swear there's like 3 or 4 matches every Dark, and there's usually 9 or 10 matches on Dark.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Usually 9 matches. So I would say there's like all the time. I want to say 4 matches.
Yeah.
There's on Dark that are women matches. That's what it feels like to me anyway. Every time I see a AEW Dark card, I'm like, man, there's like 4 matches. Here's 5 women's matches. Here's 3. Just depends on the week.
Going
but
forward, I'm not
majority
going
of
to
the time
apologize.
it's like 4.
Sorry. I'm not going to apologize anymore about being AEW marks. It's obvious that we are, and that's just what we like. And that connotation of like,
I mean, I
being
like
a
it
mark,
all. I really
exactly.
do,
I do
except for WWE. But hey, was I
They need to
just
get
singing?
better.
Was I singing the fucking praises of Roman Reigns, the guy that everybody fucking hated
Yeah.
a year or 2 ago?
That was great storytelling, by the way. Great storytelling.
I was. Yeah, they can get some shit right, but as a whole, they're not good. They're not good.
No.
So let me sing the praises of a company that I feel. And here's the other thing. Guess what? It's my fucking opinion. It's his opinion and his opinion. If you don't like it, you don't have to, but you certainly got to suck it. Hey, real quick. So before we get in the main topic, because we got to wind down here. It's getting a little too out of fucking control. Yeah. I want to know this from you guys. And I fucking hate politics. I don't like politics in the workplace, fucking especially in pro wrestling.
Nope.
I don't like them in life in general. Are they necessary to an extent? Maybe. But like at least in the US where we come from, our political system is a big steaming pile of shit. And it's a bunch of bickering ass fucking gang. It's basically gang warfare, you know? And they're
Led by
fighting
old
for
dudes.
led by old dudes with big ass fucking pockets and lots of bullshit propaganda. Anyways,
Mhm.
so The Rock came out this week and publicly endorsed Joe Biden for the presidential run. Now, here's the thing. I'm not fucking voting because I'm done with that shit. Because ain't a motherfucker going to get in there unless it's myself, an American, by the way, because I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. Last time I checked, I'm fucking American. And you all should be too. Join us. He endorsed Joe Biden, right? It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I saw it rubbed a guy like Val Venus talk candidly about it, Val Venus is a big pot smoker, he's got his own cannabis thing going on. I've watched, and going back 5-6 years ago, he had a lot of videos on YouTube that he was talking. Dude's a very educated man, knows his shit. I was never a big Val Venus fan. He is one of those conspiracy guys, and I'm not the guy that 9/11 was an inside job, all that shit. I mean, are there some things like that? Do I think that happened? Yeah, but that's not me. I ain't the one. But what I'm getting at is, and I'm going to get your guys' opinion. You're going to have a minute to talk about this. So, it really rubbed me the wrong way. That it's like, God damn it, dude, Dwayne, as much good that you bring people and entertainment, and it's like, fuck. And now here's the thing. You guys are going to sit there. Well, Juice, you're going to shit on him for voicing his opinion, do whatever. And yeah, you're right. I am. And that is wrong. He does have the right to do that. But do you guys think that specifically wrestlers in general, but celebrities, I mean, do we really fucking need that in our fucking politics? Is that just kind of like off the mark, dude? Like, I mean, I get it's a marketing game. It's like selling the idea of leadership in this fucking douchebag or this fucking giant turd. But
there you go.
I mean, do you think it's necessary? And what do you guys think of fucking The Rock's decision to fucking endorse a political candidate? Not specific. I'm not trying to be specific about the person, but just in general. We'll start
Russell Brand had a quote about celebrity a few years ago when he kind of shifted from being he still does stand up, but from his movie career and
to
becoming enlightened. And well, the quote was when he was a nobody and he had political opinions because he's a really smart guy, people told him to shut the fuck up because he's a nobody. And then when he was a celebrity where people would follow him and follow certain things, like he talks a lot about meditation and improving your life. And when he talked politics, again, people were like, oh, you're a celebrity, shut the fuck up. So what's he supposed to do? How's he supposed to do it? I have no problems with anybody talking about any. Like we live in a world where absolutely everybody that has a voice, especially the celebrities and now even like sports figures, which it irritates me, they are required to not just be good at the thing they do or do the thing that gets them paid. They have to have a brand. The Rock has a brand. Most NBA players have a brand. Most football players have a brand, baseball, all that shit. And these leagues are starting to require these guys to get on Twitter. You can't just be like, oh, I'm not fucking with Twitter. Like, I don't like it, or I'm not fucking with Instagram. They're required by a lot of their higher ups and their PR people to do this stuff. And then they have to toe the line between giving super personal shit, which I don't think we should really have access to any of that stuff, even though it is super interesting. I want to know what the Rock eats for breakfast. I do. He's a celebrity. I want to know how he works out. I want to know all that stuff. If he said he wants to endorse one guy or another guy, I got no problems with that shit. I got no problems because I also don't give a shit. I know what I'm going to like. I am going to vote. I know who I'm voting for. And if somebody else wants to give their opinion, it's cool because it's not going to affect mine. So as long as they're not going around constantly doing stuff. And if they do, I'm just not going to listen to it. I have no problems with it. I think it's weird that we are in a time in 2020, and it's been happening for probably the last 10 years, where your political opinion can make people like be turned off by you. That shouldn't it shouldn't matter, because those guys shouldn't matter that much. Like if the president blows a fart, we shouldn't all be in an uproar. But that's another conversation.
It is. And isn't that what the plan is? Divide and conquer?
Yeah,
Yep.
It is.
Of course.
Bodie, what do you think real quick?
I don't know. I don't think it doesn't matter to me. It
Doesn't matter what you think, Bodie.
It doesn't matter.
Next topic.
I just don't think. Yes, I did. That doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't affect me at all. I don't like seeing like celebrities and stuff like that coming out to endorse, because it's just to me it's like a marketing gimmick, like you were saying. It's just for money. It's for fame. It's for tweets.
Here I am now. Entertain me. I don't want your fucking.
Exactly.
Like I like you, but I ain't so invested in you that I give a fuck about your political opinions.
And politics are so full of shit anyway that I watch these entertainers. I watch these sports stars or these games to get away from that bullshit. I watch wrestling to get away from some of that bullshit. It's like it's a release from that.
Yeah,
so when you're seeing all this everywhere, it's like,
especially when it's you're getting inundated with this shit 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day, you have to have a political opinion. Everything has been politicized.
Exactly.
Like if you tell me you like White Claw and I don't like White Claw, there's going to be people out there going to be like, fuck Stetton. Yeah, if you tell me you like Bud Light Seltzer and I'm like, I'm not really into it, you'll be like, you know what, fuck that dude. Always, forever, because he doesn't like hard seltzer. Chill out.
Yeah, but because you don't like Anheuser-Busch products. That's why.
Now, I also the last thing I'm going to say, and we'll move on. I'm going to try to say it as fast as I can. Cool. There are those people that believe that our current political situation and the health of our nation is at a kind of turning point. They are that dramatic, give or take, if it's true or not. I'm not going to say what I think about it because it's unnecessary, but so they will give their opinions because they think it's that important to say something, because it will influence. The Rock's opinion will influence a shitload of people. It
will influence people. Oh, yeah.
That's what I don't like. That's all I have to say. I want to end it on that because we don't fucking do that shit. I was just wondering because as it pertains to wrestling and The Rock being one of the biggest wrestling figures in history,
and having really good,
they knew it's strategic.
That's true.
It's strategic. It's a money thing. It's so weird. I don't fucking like it. It doesn't mean I'm not like, if he puts out a movie, I won't be like, oh, well, fuck him. It's just going to be like, okay, well, he's a celebrity. He's got a lot of money. He's entitled to be a fucking closet douchebag. He's entitled to be bought out because that's just what he's fucking put himself in. I guess that's how the world fucking operates, at least in the United States. So anyway,
I still enjoy watching his movies, so it's not going to change that at all for me.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
We'll just say that. And we'll move on because politics suck, a bag of dicks. Anyways, the main topic of the week, I want to spend the last
2 minutes.
Remaining minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes that we have because we gotta wrap it up here. So last week last week in the Von Erichs episode, if you guys watched on YouTube, you noticed that we did the 10 bell salute, and there was a picture for Road Warrior Animal who passed away last week. And as you can see right now, I got the wrestling buddy. You can't see it if you're listening on podcast, in audio ways, or whatever, however the fuck you say it. Anyways, I'm getting ramped up because, dude, this is like one of the wrestling deaths that really affected me really fucking deep down, dude. And he's one of the guys that, a few years ago, I had the opportunity to meet him, and I was just awestruck. And it's like the same thing, though. That was kind of, in a way, for me, training for what we're doing now when I have guys like the Von Erichs and, PCO and all these wrestlers on the show, to not be a complete fucking douchebag when I'm interviewing them, or be robotic, to just be me. And that's the one thing I think a lot of people lack in life, is to be yourselves around somebody. Unless you're an absolute complete batshit fucking weirdo, then don't be yourselves, put on the show. But I had the chance to meet him a couple years ago with my son. Got to wear the fucking spikes and talk to him a minute, and approach him and do the whole hawk, thing, like, well. And I just remember him, dude. He loved it, and he just looked at me. He's like, "Man, that's fucking good, dude." Like, it's like, thanks, And we had like a 5-minute conversation. I can't really remember much of it. But it just the aura of, as a child growing up, dude. I'm sorry. I love the Young Bucks. I love Rock Roll Express. There's a lot of great. I love Lucha Brothers. There's a lot of great tag teams. Okay, the Dudleys. No one will ever be Hawk and Animal, the LOD, the Legion of Doom, aka the Road Warriors. No one will ever attain the greatness and the status that these guys attained throughout their career, as being just a fucking draw. They put asses in seats. They were intimidating as fuck. They were legit as fuck. They were too legit to quit. Hi. And it was all there. So for me growing up, dude, it was super powerful shit. And, we've talked a million times on the show about powerful characters and gimmicks that transcend generations. And this is one of them. Like, when I heard the news, I was like, fuck, man. I was going to work, and I'm like trying to hold off fucking crying and shit. And it's like, he's not someone I knew personally, but when you're attached to these celebrities and everything, especially when it's someone you grew up with, it hurts even that much more. Someone that I was looking to do some business with, as far as like getting on the show. He followed us on social media and shit. I had a couple of brief interactions with him via social media. And like I said, when I got to talk to him, and I remember being in the bathroom right before I was leaving the event I was at, and he had walked in. I'm just like, holy shit, it's fucking like, I wasn't, not that I was trying to look at his dick or anything, but it's like, hey, what are you packing? Are you really an animal?
He's got a poop.
But it was weird, and it may not resonate with anybody or you guys, and I don't really fucking care, but it did with me. He walked in, it was a hot fucking August day, and he starts washing off that iconic fucking face paint, and I don't know, it made me stop dead in my tracks, and he washed it off, and I forgot what I even fucking said to him, dude, because I was so like just mesmerized, and he said something back to me like, oh yeah, I got to get out of here, and time to go and shit. And it was one of those moments that you never think you'd be close to a person like that and get to have that conversation with them. And there's a lot of people that had a hell of a lot more. And I'm telling you, like, just that little interaction, how much it fucking meant to me. Dude, it's super sad. I don't think wrestling, there's been a lot of wrestlers that die. It's almost become a fucking tradition that, out of nowhere, someone is going to somebody big is some uber notoriety is going to pass. For me, this one was really, really, I'm getting fucking teared up talking about this shit. You motherfuckers. Dude, I fucking love the Road Warriors, man. I loved, a metal guy. Like I remember being like fucking 7, 8 years old and having the old like AWA figures, like the He-Man looking figures.
I had those.
And dude, when they were coming out to like fucking Black Sabbath, Iron Man back in the day, and just brick shit houses that you wouldn't dare fuck with these dudes because they were legit and booked from Chicago, from Chicago, Illinois, even though they moved out of Chicago, went from that group in Minnesota. That it's sad to see now a lot the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, whatever you want to fucking call them.
Kurt Hennig is part of that.
Kurt Hennig, too. Rick Rude, Hawk Animal. Dude, a lot of those guys are dead. You got Barry Darso and Nikita Koloff left. The Grandma Bees crew, for those of you that don't know, Grandma Bees was a bar they all used to bounce at, and they'd have competitions how far they could toss motherfuckers out and how many stumbles they could take. Like these dudes were fucking beasts, man. And I don't know, there's just a lot of moments that are so iconic with these guys. Whether it's through WCW, the NWA, the AWA, WWF, WWE, even TNA. Their last pretty much hurrah was with Total Nonstop Action, aka Impact Wrestling. They made a comeback, and I just want to say like condolences to fucking family and friends, man, because it's a big one, man, for me and for the wrestling world, and it's something that like. Dude, it really fucking sucks. And we say it about all these people, these sports icons and movie icons. Well, there'll never be another this, and that. I mean, dude, there won't. Often imitated, but never fucking duplicated. You've seen guys, Demolition was WWE's version of fucking the Road Warriors. You had as recently as the Ascension. Who they were trying to pass off as Road Warrior-esque, and it couldn't capture that magic, dude. If you guys go back and watch how not only intense and they're real big, real hard, real stiff, that came from the Road Warriors DVD, that they were in their promos too, just super intense, super fucking intense. And that package with Precious Paul Ellering, man.
Oh my God. So good.
It's just, dude, it kind of leaves me speechless, man, because it's fucking.
There's never gonna be another pop named after someone. The Road Warrior Pop. That's how all the boys would describe it. They called it the Road Warrior Pop because once they came out of those curtains, the crowd would go ape shit. Dude, you never saw that anywhere else. And no, I love the Road Warriors. That, like I said, that video I made with the 89 match, with the Steiners. That match was one of my favorites. Go back and watch that. It's so good. Good storytelling, good action, and just two very athletic, very strong teams, like powerful. You talk about raw power too, like these guys could legitimately kick your ass, and like when I got into wrestling and me and my buddy Jay, we tagged in Milwaukee, the promoter and us emulated like that street toughness from the Road Warriors. So they influenced a lot of people, and they influenced me. And I'm with you on Justin. It's a tough one because I looked up to
like tag team wrestling. I mean, as a whole today, I mean, they redefined it. They made it. You had your guys that on the technical side, like the Rock and Roll Express and whatnot.
The Heart.
Yeah, but dude, nobody. I mean, they made tag team wrestling as big as it became. I mean, dude, they were up there. I'm sorry, man, but the fucking Road Warriors were up there with your Hulk Hogan's. Most of the time you talk about like Road Warrior and people know who the fuck you're talking about, like Hawk and Animal. They will fucking know that's how big and how important they are and were to the sport of professional wrestling. Yeah. And I remember, dude, like being a kid, WrestleMania 8 at the Hoosier Dome, and I was right fucking there. And you guys go back and watch it when they come back out, and they reintroduced Paul Ellering with them because at that time he hadn't been with LOD as they had become known in WWF back then. So it was, dude, I knew all about that shit, like from the beginning, the history with those guys. And so I'm fucking sitting there, this young ass kid. What is this, 92? I'm fucking probably, I don't even know how old I am. But I'm standing there, dude, and I'm right as Mean Gene, another absolute fucking legend. The voice, in my opinion, of like just interviewing and so much, dude, just so much. Standing there as a young kid, man, and I'm right next to these guys, right in the corner. You could see me on the fucking pay-per-view in my WrestleMania hat. And my girlfriend was like, wow, like look at him, like, because dude, my eyes were lit up. Like you couldn't, there were, I can't describe that feeling to you guys. You would have had to have been there and been me in that moment. And just looking at those big ass motherfuckers, dude, that were like, God damn, they were fucking like, and not even like superheroes, but just this entity in my mind that was like, God damn, this is so fucking tough. These guys are so badass. Like, and now Paul Ellering's back with them too, dude. And it was like, it was the shit, dude. And I was so fucking honored to like be there and humbled, because it's, I mean, a lot of people don't, especially at that young age, man, don't get a lot of opportunities to go to events, especially something of that magnitude. And it's something that even back then I knew was special. And I never really realized how much more special it was as time grew on, like that era of professional wrestling, what I was able to bear witness to on a large scale. I mean, and, guys have been the fucking WrestleManias since then. They're awesome and impactful. I think, JR went to WrestleMania 13 in Chicago, Stone Cold Bret Hart, which is great and it's iconic as well. But I mean, we're talking the tail end really of the golden era of professional wrestling, dude, like the early 90s and before like the new generation, all that shit came in, and seeing those guys there, dude, and coming out and hearing that fucking music, dude, like even their WWF music. And I'm telling you guys out there, yeah, dude, in the JPDUB, we will cut a fucking, I think we're going to do it in November. I've just decided we're going to do it in November. We're going to do the fucking theme song music episode. That fucking, you hear that? What a rush. Crushing fucking skulls to that shit, dude. Yeah. No.
Dude, me and my buddies in grade school would just headbang the shit out of that, dude, just because we would hum that all the time and just play that.
I still do, dude. It's on my fucking iPod.
Yeah.
I rock the fuck out of that shit.
Dude, I play it all the time too. And I'm like, God, it just fucking crushes. Dude, and it was heavy when that music hit, dude. The shit was on, dude. Someone was gonna get their fucking ass kicked.
Yeah, they were.
That's not when I was a kid, dude. Me and my dad would get so hyped, and he would get in a headlock and shit, dude. And I'd be like, "Oh man, they're coming out. They're gonna whoop someone's ass." I was a Demolition fan too. So when they did feud with Demolition, it wasn't. I don't think it was what it could have been, but I was stoked when that feud happened. And I couldn't pick who I really wanted to win, but deep down, I was like, yeah, the Legion of Doom better come out on top because they're the OGs, man, that shit got me hyped all the time. And just watching them in the ring, dude, I'm like, these guys are legitimately trying to hurt people. That's how I thought when I was a kid. I'm like, these guys are beasts. I never want to meet them, but I do want to meet them, but they'll probably hurt me. But yeah, I would have been the same way. Just I was like that with the Undertaker when I saw the Undertaker when I was a kid live for the first time, walk by, and I just got goosebumps, chills, and like I froze. Like, oh my God, this dude is like right in front of me. He's as real can get, and he's just like larger than life to me. And it's like, where did he come from? This mysteriousness. Yeah, it's just like that. Like, I totally feel where you're coming from with the Road Warriors and that.
You see, you talk about the power, and you talk about the escape ticket. It's all there, you just gotta find it in a little bit of pro wrestling,
It's there, man, and it's great. It's a great fucking feeling, man. So once again, I know we last week with the Von Erichs, which is a great episode. Go fucking check it out. It's very very powerful. It's very revealing. It's very candid. It's fucking fun. It's all that. Check that out. Check out the latest episode of the JPDUB, episode 7 with Claire Lamb from the Hallowed Catharsis. For all you fucking metalheads that's out there and fucking gearheads and horror fans, that's fucking great as well. But this episode right here, again, for the second week, I gotta dedicate it to my boy Animal, and fuck it. with the passing of him, you know, I'm going to dedicate it to both Hawk and Animal, the greatest fucking tag team that ever lived. I thank you all for fucking tuning in this week. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I fucking love you. I appreciate beyond fucking words all the interaction that we get and all the positive vibes that we get. And I hope we're able to spread that to you as well. Please continue to support us and tell everybody about us. We're on all of social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just look up Juice Pro Wrestling, JPDUB Podcast. We're there. We're fucking here for you. And until next time, wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up, wet 'em up. Wet them up. Gosh, have a good time. We'll see you next week. Bitches.
Well.
You gonna do sex to me?
Did you like that video? If so, be sure to hit like and subscribe and check out more killer content from your boys at Juice Pro Wrestling. Whoa, yeah!